to learn, and maybe we can listen to some calls and calibrate them. Did anyone bring you any calls to calibrate?
Yeah, I have some.
Fantastic.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Dana. Yeah.
Hello.
First of all, before we make a start, let's, if you're new to the call, welcome. If you could put a 1 in the chat, we'd like to recognize you.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I know it's uncomfortable. Cody's not new. Come on.
I'm new today. It's my first day here today.
I
First time.
see.
Every day's a new day, Graham. Every day's a new day.
Yeah. Welcome, John. Welcome, Galani. Is that how you say your name, Galani?
Yeah, Jelani. Like gelato.
All right. I failed my languages. I can speak, actually, I can speak 2 languages. Yeah. I can speak English and I can speak American. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, John, welcome to the call. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came across us. I was sent here for CRM training. Okay, fantastic.
Greetings all. I'm here in Hawaii. I'm an active realtor and new to the program, trying to get into making more money.
Very good. Well, welcome, John. We're glad to have you.
Thank you very much.
And Jelani, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm here in Houston, Texas. I am also a real estate agent, but I didn't start here. I started in Northern Virginia, DMV area. That's where I kind of started my real estate journey. And so I'm licensed in both states, and I've just learned that real estate investing is more of my niche. So just kind of expanding and trying to build my tools out.
Very nice, Jelani. A bit like my story. I retired my real estate license last year to concentrating on investing. So welcome to the call. I hope you get a lot from it. Anyone else new?
Thank you.
Craig, I haven't seen you before. Are you new? All right. All right, Dana, over to you. Yeah, we got some calls for us to listen to.
I do. So I actually had one in the queue for Kevin, but he's not here yet. So let's do one from Miguel in the meantime.
Let's go.
All right.
Oh no, oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man. Oh
You're
man.
solid. You're solid, Miguel. Solid.
Oh
You're
man.
good.
No te preocupes.
Yeah.
Gracias, gracias.
Are we on Facebook and YouTube?
Yeah, we sure are. That's an affirmative. Good buddy.
Very good. I like that.
Okay. All right, let's get started. I'll play the call now.
Hello? Yes. Hi, sir. Is this Brian? It is. Good day, Brian. This is Mike here with the Home Buyers Network. I was calling about your... Okay. Yes, sir. We're real estate investors. I just wanted to see if you have considered possibly selling.
And why would you just reach out like that? Is there something I don't know?
No, not at all, sir. We're just looking to buy properties in this area. We're reaching out to everybody and just to see if we are investors. That's what we do all day long. So yeah, we're just looking to see if who would be interested in selling their property. That's all.
I mean, if the number's right, yeah, I'd be interested.
Absolutely. Can we? I'd like to just ask you a few quick questions. What's the condition on the house, sir? So we can,
Well, I live in it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, you live in the house. Okay, you live in it. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate the property?
I'm sorry, breaking up.
Yeah, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you, rate the property as in as far as condition, structural, and all that?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I say it's between 9 and 10. You know, there's,
Okay, that's a
you
good
know,
thing. Uh-huh.
maybe a little lazy. I might need to go cut the grass, but I just ain't felt like it. You know.
Okay, absolutely. So the roof, how's the roof condition? Is it in great shape or?
It's in great shape.
Okay. Any mortgage owed or back taxes?
No.
Okay, perfect. Now, how soon would you be looking to sell if the price is right? And how soon would you be looking to sell?
Price is right. I mean, I could do it. I don't know. I mean, if you pop me up a number right now, I just need a few hours for my mom because she lives with me and she had a stroke. But I could be out today.
Okay, sorry to hear about your mom. I hope she gets better. Okay, all right. So we would definitely love to, go ahead and see if we can do business. Like you said, a number. I'm going to have my specialist, which knows a lot more than I do. He can dig in a little more, perhaps. And how many bedrooms does it have, if I may ask?
5.
Oh, wow.
Or
cool.
6, depending on how you look at it, because there's a theater room.
Oh, nice. That sounds cool. Okay. And how many bathrooms on there?
3.
3 bathrooms, so 5 and 3. So that would be like 5 or 5.5 bedrooms with that theater, area, and 3 bathrooms, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. And do you have, by any chance, just a ballpark of a price on mind?
I would say no less, or around 380, between 380 and 360.
Okay, 380, 360.
And I'd say that's pretty firm.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and just take a quick peek here. All right. Yeah, I mean, the house looks good. It's listed on here for $290 on Zillow. It was built in 2014, so it's fairly new. It looks in
Sorry,
great
hello?
shape. Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
It's kind of breaking up, isn't it? A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just looking at your property. It looks very nice, actually, here on Zillow. It's got 2456 square feet. The roof looks, pretty good, and it's listed at 290 on Zillow. However, that price just, I don't know if you did any upgrades or any remodeling on it, and that was a while back. So, absolutely. So that sounds fair. The price. I'm going to go ahead and speak to our specialist. Can I have him go ahead and do that and get back to you, perhaps, sometime today or tomorrow?
That's fine. I'm not agreeing to nothing, but
No,
fine.
you're not. No, just to talk. He would just call back just to, talk a bit more and see if we can come up with something. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Brian Dittmeyer, right? That's your last name, Dittmeyer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to speaking to you soon, sir.
Okay.
Have a great afternoon. We'll talk. Bye-bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh boy. Just hate listening to myself. And
Do you want to take the wheel, Cody, on this?
Yeah, I was typing up a response to John Mack, so I missed a little bit. In the beginning, Miguel, the intro, on there we were still asking, hey, is this Paul or whatever his name was? And it's a little disconnecting, it's a little jarring. However, after you said that and you got his name, you said whoever he was, I love the way you said that part with hey, this is Mike with the Homebuyers Network. It was very authoritative, and it was a smooth rolling right into asking about his property. He did ask, why would you pick this one out? Is something wrong? He's very suspicious of things, but that was a great transition, and the tone on that was great. It was very authoritative. Ended on a down note. You didn't say this is Mike with the Homebuyers Network, or however we say it when it ended on an up. It was ended on a down, authoritative.
thanks.
It was a great job there. So take note of that and do it more.
Cool.
Roll right into the price when he leads with what, for the right offer or whatever he said. If they give us price, we're gonna dig into that. So what's your right price? Because we start talking about condition and occupation or something like that, which is fine. But we want to, if they give us something, pounce on it, take it to its logical conclusion, and then go to the next
Okay.
motivation, next pillar.
Got it.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Right on.
Yeah, that was good.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
I really like your rapport. You got, he was comfortable with you, joking with you pretty quick. So that shows that you have a good voice on the phone. You make people feel comfortable, and that goes a long way. So good job. I like that. When there was something that he started bringing up, you're like, my specialist knows a lot more. They're going to get in touch with you. That's great. That's a great redirect. That's perfect. So if there's things that you're just not sure about, just redirect it. Say, hey, my property specialist can get to, inform you about all that information, and be able to give you more of an answer on that. If it's something you don't know, perfect on that.
Thank you.
When you're getting into motivation, all he kind of gave you was price. Say, something in the nature of, okay, other than your price, is there anything else that had you think about maybe selling, just to see if there's anything else he might give us, because that might be something that we can add on to later to make it, make a deal down the line. But really good. I really liked your tone. And then the last part was when you're getting a call back, when you're talking about that, ask them, we don't know if we're gonna be able to call them the next day. It's one of those things that it might be a few days, it might be a week before we can get back.
Okay.
So just say, hey, my project specialist is going to get back in touch with you. When's a good time? Is mornings better, afternoons, and see if you can kind of get it nail down the best time they're around their phone, kind of thing. But other than that,
Got
man,
it.
really good job. Good job. You're
Thank
doing
you.
good.
Thank you.
Doing good.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah, great job. Yeah, a few little nitpicks. Let me ask you this. Do you think this was a lead? Do you think it was ready to sell, or not really very serious?
Well, I felt like it was a lead, not like I don't know if he was serious 100%. He didn't sound too serious at the beginning. Then he was like, okay, but I would think it's worth calling back. Absolutely. I think it's worth calling back.
Yeah, we would have to call back because just like you just said, we're not really sure, So if you
Yeah.
feel that way on the call, explore that,
Okay.
So say right at the beginning, he said, yeah, if we get the right price, you might say, well, yeah, I mean, everyone would sell at a price, but are you serious about selling? Or
Okay.
something like that. Just kind of address that because I felt you sort of dragged him through the call. I liked your tone, I liked all the upbeat. This is just a little nitpick. I felt you dragged him, and he almost didn't want a call back from a property specialist. I felt that at the end,
Okay.
So have that discussion at the beginning, figure that out. Is this guy motivated? Because we only want to solve somebody's problem, right? If they haven't got a problem, if somebody
Right.
calls about my property right now, I might tag them along. I might say, yeah, if we get the right price. I mean, if you give me 400 for it, my house, right? I'll take it
Yeah.
all on, but I don't want to sell right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
So
Okay.
I'm not serious. I'm not motivated. I'm not thinking about selling. So it's important that we do that on these calls. Is find out if they want to sell, because at the end of the call, you might get to the position where somebody really does want to sell. Yeah, I'll sign right now. And you ask them, if we gave you such and such a price right now or offered you that price, would you sign today?
Okay.
All right. So we've got to, and I felt that guy wouldn't sign today, right? I mean, I think
Yeah.
I don't think he would. And we had to explore that a little bit more. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Good.
So,
Yes, sir. Good
all
feedback.
right.
Thank you.
Otherwise, very, very good. I love the tone. I love the upbeat. And you matched him as well. It was a good rapport. So good job.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I please add on this topic? Graham if you don't mind me asking, because I did have a similar call where the person seemed to be responsive towards the idea of selling. But when I asked, like, did you think about selling prior to my call, they would be like, no. When I asked them stuff about like general stuff about like the motivation as well as the time frame, they're kind of unsure. They don't want to pick a certain thing because they're unsure, but they do go ahead and talk about the condition of the house as well as the bedroom and bathroom counts. And when I asked them about something about the price, they also felt unsure. So I end up being in this position of feeling like I failed to open up the person in front of me to have a conversation, while they also them being difficult to give me any kind of indication of wanting to sell or being serious about selling or not. So I always feel like that's a wasted lead in a way, but I just wanted to have your input on the situation. Like, what should I be doing in that kind of situation?
Yeah, good question. These are cold calls, so your goal is the other four pillars. But if there's some questions in your mind, if you think I'm not really sure that this guy's serious, then you're perfectly okay to dig a little deeper and find out. Ask some questions. Always look for the what I call loose threads. You've got a woolen garment, you pull a loose thread, it all unravels. Look for those things that might say something, a little new information. They volunteer a bit of information. That's a loose thread. And I would encourage you to just explore that a little bit more, that way might draw them out and get them talking. Because the cold call, a seller will just tell you the surface level stuff. You're not really getting much information. So see if you can dig a little bit deeper is what I would suggest. Go ahead, Vaughn. Yeah, that's good feedback, Vaughn. Yeah. Most of these guys, they'll be like what we call neutral or just warm. When you get somebody want to sell today, you can tell it's a whole different ball game. Yeah. So does that help, Mohammed?
Yes. So I guess I just need to work on my approach towards loose threads and kind of having a more of a conversation than just being a cold call, and trying to find out more
Yeah.
about what they are thinking of and why they're thinking of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that needs to be honed definitely from my end, because I feel like I'm very, very bad at this, and I'll definitely get better at it by time.
Yeah, you will. Anybody who can speak, the skills increase the more you do it, like anything else in life. So and you all sound great, from what I've heard. It's just repetitions that's going to increase the skills. Yeah.
Mohammed, it might be your delivery on some things. Sometimes people, if you sound unsure, they're going to be unsure of you. And so they might be questioning things because they're not sure that, you're not coming from a voice of authority. And so like we said, that might be reps. So if that's something, you want to work on, we can definitely do some role plays. I mean, we got Coach Cody in here. That's one of the best sellers in the business that you could role play with. And he could, we can analyze the way you're talking to him and see if there's things we might be able to help you, overcome that make you sound better on the phone. So that's just a thought. You don't have to do it right at this moment, but it might be something to think about.
Yeah, I got it. That's definitely something I need to do in the future. I don't think I can do it now though. I'm a bit shaken, but yeah, definitely. If Cody's free after or before any of these meetings that we're taking, I'll be sure to hit him up one time if he's free, as I said, and have a role play with him. See where I'm going wrong with these conversations.
Brother Mohammed, I'm going to tell you the time is now. I'm I'll be available before and after for people, when we need it, but this is the time that we set aside for that, brother. So you don't have to do it. I would encourage you to consider doing it. Now we could even maybe, I don't know, get crazy with it, get off into the little breakout room. I don't want to sequester ourselves from everybody else because everybody else gets value from that too. And to push you over the edge, you're all right. To push you over the edge, I want to give you a little nugget of a word track with people that if you haven't gotten any loose threads to pull on yet, it's early on in the conversation. And he's like, yeah, I'll sell my house for the right price. You could tell that seller, hey, fair enough, man. I'd sell my house for the right price too. But here's the thing. Most of the people that we work with have something going on, like they got bad tenants, they're behind on payments, the divorce, somebody's sick, liens on the property, something like that, where we can come in and help out, provide some value. I don't suppose anything like that's going on with you, is it, Mr. Seller? They'd be like, nope, I just want $1 million for my house. Well, okay, cool. Then you can go down that track, or they go, yeah, I lost my job and blah 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 and all that, and they'll kind of define the path of the conversation and also give you some confidence that you're not missing anything or you're messing it up, because you're doing great, doing fine, and you have that intent or that thought to ask or kind of figure it out and qualify them, and you might find that little word track to be helpful.
Jody, it sounds like John Mack wants to do a role play.
Oh,
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
talked over you. He did it again. No. What I was saying is so I'm someone that I obviously just outsource cold calling, but until I really get started, I'm new here. I'm a cold caller. I cold call myself every day. And something very simple that has worked, and you even started that way, I literally think this could change everything. It's very simple. When I ask them, my script goes, have you considered selling? And when they say yes or no, if they say no, a lot of times I'll ask them again, really, you've never considered selling your home? And you'd be surprised on the second time how many people say yes. And then if they do say yes, a lot of times I'll ask them, what has you considering? If they don't give me anything, I typically just dive a little deeper, and I'll be like, is it any of the big D's? Any divorce, diapers, any death, or sometimes, there's, and then typically people will sometimes answer to that. But a lot of times it's very simple as asking them the same question repeatedly. So I ask them, have you considered selling? If they say no, I ask them again. If they say yes, I ask them, what has you considering? Even if they say no, again, I just ask them in a different way. And almost every single time, so it's the same thing as if you call someone once, but if you call them right back again, immediately, they'll most than likely answer. So, that's just something simple too that maybe you could definitely just kind of quickly put in there, because you even asked him, have you considered selling? And it would be such an easy transition to be like, what has you considering? That's all I was gonna say.
Yes, brilliant. That's open-ended questions. We want to make sure our questions are open-ended as much as possible, so we can get a much richer and more meaningful response from the sellers.
Yeah, and the quicker you do it, I've noticed the more receptive they are to it, surprisingly. I don't know if that's just been me though. I kind of nip it in the butt right from the beginning, and then I start it with a very deep,
Yeah. Right on.
Cody, it looks like
Hey,
John Mack
on
wants
that
to take up a
note,
role play.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Jose.
Okay. Well, Miguel, good job. I like the energy that he puts on the call. I would say maybe sounded a little less, a little detached at the beginning, but it worked. I mean, for this time worked, and I saw two. Uh, what does the Graham say? That streams to pool.
Yeah,
One
threat.
was
Yeah,
when he said he lives with his mother, and his mother has like a illness or something.
She had a
The
heart
lead
attack,
say
something like
she had
that.
a
Yeah,
heart
he
attack.
said,
That
yeah,
was a stream to pull on the motivation
yeah,
because they are living in a 5-bed house, 4-bed house, just 2 people. So you could go that route, like, hey, so you're looking, or maybe assuming even like, so you're looking for a downsize if you sell this. I mean, what's the plan if you sell this? That's another
that's
way
good.
to dig on that. But
Yeah,
great job,
that's good.
Miguel. I mean, I think this lead is worth the callback.
Yeah.
Could be something
Because
there.
you get the prize, all right. You found a thread, so that was perfect feedback. Very good, and a good example of what it might reveal. There's something hidden there, so very good observation. Excellent.
Thank you.
I think I've been trying to think if there's ever been a call where somebody says if I get the right price that they're motivated sellers. Has anyone had that? A motivated seller that starts out that way? Maybe I haven't done enough calls. So has
yeah.
anyone?
We
I
get that a
think
lot
yes.
actually. That say that we get a
Yeah.
lot of people that say if for the right price, yeah, if we get the right price,
We do get that a lot, but I don't think they're serious about selling.
okay,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
yeah,
let me make it clear. I don't think they're
yeah,
thinking of selling when they say if I get the right price, but there's always an exception, but in the majority of cases, I would think that they're not serious about selling. So
I agree with you.
for
okay,
time's sake, address that as quickly as possible and get on to the next one. Now you can still mark
Yeah.
them as neutral; they'll still remain in our system because next week something might happen that'll make them want to sell their house, right? But right now they're not ready to sell. They wouldn't sign a contract if we asked them in most cases. Not all cases, because nothing's absolute in life, right? So
I would say that if that is the only reason they say, they're not motivated. But if they said that and then they say they have a mortgage that they could afford, or they say something else besides that, I think it could be an opportunity. And sometimes they say, okay, if you give me the right price, okay. So what else have you thinking about selling besides that right price? No, nothing else, just the money. Okay. So if we can get up to your asking price, will you give us terms? What's terms? Okay. Well, terms is another way we buy properties where you can get more if you just agree on time. I mean, it just means time. Oh well, that could be blah blah blah. Sometimes I have found sellers like that that says that
yeah,
specific thing.
yeah.
Oh, just the right price, and they open up for creative or something.
Yeah, it's possible because could be a defense mechanism. So yeah, it's worth a conversation. What I'm saying is do the discovery as quickly and possible as possible in those cases. Yeah. Ali, you
Totally.
put your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was just going to chime in on the conversation. I think I have come across it where people are saying, for the right price. And once you actually get into the conversation, you find some of those loose threads that they weren't upfront about. I had one today. She was like, oh, I'm just looking to sell like at the right price. It was my mom. I don't need 2 houses. Okay. So, with the property, obviously it sounds like you're looking to get the most amount of money. Yep, for sure. Went into terms with her, got some information, and then I called back because I was like, how much do you want to, actually cash flow on this? And she was like, well, if I'm being honest, I would just like to at least not be going negative every month. After my mom died, all the tax exemptions and stuff she had on the property went away, causing me to have to pay all this money out every month. And it's hard. It's just extra money I don't have. So, we essentially flipped the script on somebody seemingly who was not motivated. And it's
Yeah.
just by finding those little threads as you go through the conversation.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Ali. Yeah, there are people out there who will try and defend, their position for some reason and not reveal why they want to sell. I'm just saying it's unusual, so do the discovery part. So it's a good discussion. Yeah.
All right. Where were we on that? We have to do another call. What was on deck?
Yeah, so I actually have some feedback. I feel like
yeah.
I feel like I'm left out now.
No, not at
Yeah,
all. There's
so-
always space room for you, Diana. Come on, come with it.
No, that's a good thing though. All right. So Miguel, I think you did a good job on the call. You have a very unique tonality on the phones. Everyone else gave you really good feedback. I'm just, I guess, being nitpicky about it, which it just ties back into like getting a little bit more used to the script in a way. What is that you said how soon, right? You want to act, and throughout the entire call, I noticed that you didn't ask open-ended question. That's something that you should work on a little bit, right?
Okay.
Don't lead when you ask the question. Like, how is the roof in bad condition or good condition? Is it just gonna go with probably the last thing that you said, whichever one you put last, right? So just ask in general, right? And there's not such a big need of asking, like about the roof or about the bedrooms. It's more important for you to ask about like that, the motivation. If someone says for the right price, okay, besides getting the right price, is there any other reason that you would consider selling? Oh, why else would you consider selling, or what has you considering selling besides that, right? So I would put that into practice on your next call, just that small feedbacks. Get used to asking open questions, because that might reveal even more, right, about their situation as well, instead of this or that, because they're gonna pick this or that, right?
Will do. Will do. Thank you for that. For sure. Yeah. We'll start doing that.
I would like
Go
to.
ahead, Brandy. Yeah, go ahead.
I
Yeah.
think no one can see my hand.
Camouflage.
I was like, they can't see me. No, I just wanted to give this point like, well, Miguel, yes, keep it up, and I agree with the other feedbacks. Everyone already said like what I wanted to say, so what I wanted to mention is that it's good what you did, like when they ask you questions that you're not aware, right? Or maybe you know the information, but you know that you cannot give like too much detailed information about it. I think that's very important. If they ask a question that's out of your hands, the best thing to answer is you can ask that question to my specialist or whatever you call it, right? Because sometimes we tend to give information that we don't supposed to.
Absolutely.
So I think that is very important. Like we all know the script, we know what questions we're supposed to answer, and I consider that if it's not in the script, we shouldn't answer. Just great question for my specialist or whatever, but try not to give internal information about what's in the specialist's hands to do.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yes.
What you see is a judgment, a person's judgment, see another judgment.
Ivy, can you mute your mic? Thank you.
All right, so let's listen to a call from Kevin. I don't think we've listened to a call from him yet.
Let's go.
It's not his first one. I'm gonna owe him that.
Let's go again.
But it's an interesting one, I guess. Yeah, it was actually from New York, so I'm gonna be a little biased. But let's see how he did. All right, Kevin. Let's see.
Hello. Yes, hi. This is Kevin with the Homebuyers Network. I was calling about your property. Yes, I was calling about the property on 5.
What happened?
Yes, we're real estate investors. I just wanted to see if you consider possibly selling.
Yes. Okay.
Alrighty, awesome. We're looking to buy properties in this area. Now, just wanted to know a little bit about the condition of the property. What can you tell me about it?
This is asking, this is 8,000 square feet. This is a corner lot. This is for pricing is $6 million.
$6 million for this property?
Yeah.
And you said it's a lot?
Yeah, this 8,000 square feet lot size.
Okay. What does it
Yeah,
have?
they can be 12 or 14 family building. Or if zoning change from R5 to R6, maybe you get a 28 to 32 apartment. So this is different way. This need the investment property, this for the investors.
Okay.
A developer. This is, you need a developer.
Yeah, it definitely needs development. But does it have a building at the moment? Any buildings?
Yeah, we have a 3-family building, but this is not gonna work. This is who is the developer, good for him.
Yeah, you say it has a 3-family building.
Yes. But forget the 3-family. This is a lot, is a big lot.
It's a big lot.
8,000 square.
Now, is that family building, is it currently occupied?
No, all is a tenant.
They're tenants. 3 tenants? You have 3 families there?
Yeah, 3 tenants.
Okay. And how much does the rent roll go for the?
You cannot count. This is for developer property. I'm telling you.
Right. It's just the information I'm asking helps me understand it better. See if we can come up to your price. Depending on.
Yeah, this is like around $15,000 per month income.
Okay.
You cannot go that way. This is for developer property. He's a developer. You need a developer guy.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely understand. I just want to get all the information for my property specialist to have it. But, it sounds, like this is definitely a good investment. What has you thinking about possibly selling?
Excuse me?
Yes, what has you thinking about selling this property?
Why I thinking selling?
Yes.
I want to buy old building for renovation. I am contractor.
Okay.
I want to buy old building like as whatever need a work done, renovation. So that's why I want to buy it.
Okay, you're a developer, so you're looking to renovate something rather than having to build everything from zero.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, we can close as quickly or as slowly as you like. With that being said, what time frame works best for you to close on the property? Yes. How? So we can close as quickly or as slowly as you like. It's all up to you.
Whatever working out. Whatever work out. No problem.
Alrighty. Now, you said you wanted $6 million for that property. Is there wiggle room in that price? Is there any wiggle room?
Yeah, we can negotiation.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I mean, I definitely appreciate that. Now, let me ask you this: if we're able to come up to the $6 million, would you be open to discussing terms?
What I mean?
Yes. Are you open? If we're able to meet you at $6 million, are you open to discussing terms?
What discussing terms?
So terms.
I don't understand.
Terms is another way we buy houses. It gives us the ability to give you the highest price possible. We can give you more money in exchange for more time.
No, I want at once.
You want it all at once?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you decide you want to sell the property to us, are there any back taxes or mortgages?
Yeah, we have a mortgage that I pay.
Alrighty.
I gonna pay off. Hey,
Right.
yes, I it on. Hey, I.
Do you
Yeah,
would
that
you
I
mind me
have to
asking what
pay
the
off.
mortgage balance is?
$1 million. My mortgage gonna pay on table.
Right. Yeah. I just
Closing
asked the
day.
question because sometimes it can delay title. But now let me ask you this. I want to be respectful of everyone that's involved in this process. Who do we need to bring into the conversation?
No, you can conversation me. I have my son also.
Okay. So only you need to be at closing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate your time. I'm going to send this information to our property specialist. They'll do their due diligence and give you a call back. Is this the best number to call you back on?
Yes.
And what's the best time to call you back? Morning, afternoon, or evening?
This time is good.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Also,
Also,
do you?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you had any other properties that you considered selling.
No.
All right.
No,
Do you know anybody else selling, even if it's just land?
No. So let me talk to you later. I am middle of something. Now is enough to. That's it. That's why I.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
No, I thank you for all the information. I have everything I need. I'm going to send this to my property specialist. Okay.
Okay.
All right, sir.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Kevin.
Gotta work on them ums, I know. A lot of ums.
Bad. Not bad at all. All right, what do we think?
Wow, that was a complicated call because it's the guy has a very heavy accent. I think it's a very difficult call, but he handled, most of it the right way. I think he asked a lot of questions, but it's complicated because I can barely understand what the guy's saying. I mean, it's difficult. But you asked a lot of questions. It was a long call, I think, very long. But
I thought he was playing with me at
good.
first. When he said 6 million, I was like 6 million. But
Yeah,
then, explaining more. So.
But you asked a lot of questions, so for sure, yeah, that's a good thing.
Awesome, but thanks.
Yeah, I was just gonna add to that. Miguel said it first. The guy had a very thick accent, and in that kind of situation, it's kind of hard to validate what they're saying and then bounce off that. And I think it's crucial to make it sound more professional to validate first. I think I had that kind of comment from Shad himself, to make it sound like less of a questionnaire and more of a conversation. Like the validation is a big part of it, but it is understandable why there wasn't a lot of validation in that call, purely just because the person was speaking almost nonsense most of the time. I could barely understand them, and I'm being generous here. But yeah, that's about it.
I thought that I wondered actually, Kevin, whether he understood your questions. So it is difficult. I would possibly just concentrate on one or two questions because I felt he didn't understand a lot of it as well as his heavy accent. It didn't seem like he was answering your questions very well. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm used to dealing with accents. I'm an English teacher as well, and I've taught online different parts of the world. So I'm used to not trying to understand or getting that information.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it was heavy.
It sounded like he wanted to buy something, but I found it difficult to understand. But I thought, is he a seller at one point? It sounded
So he has
like
land, and he says the land it currently has a 3-family building on it, but you could build I guess like 30 something apartments on it. So he wanted to sell it as land for 6 million.
oh, I see. Okay.
So he needs like
Sounds like a
developer.
lot of money. Sounds like a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know. It might be worth that.
Yeah. I think I understood him well. He said it's a corner lot, so
Yeah.
like I said, I thought he was playing with me when he first said 6 million. Well, it's rare, but I guess he was serious.
Yeah. Did you have it on your screen? Did you have it in Zillow? Did you bring it up on your screen?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Because it was land, so or what? Yeah, I didn't really pull it up. I was trying to understand them.
Yeah, I know you were. Yeah, you did a great job, Kevin. You did far better than I did. Would have done, definitely. But a little tier is bring it up on Zillow and see, gets a rough idea. I mean, if Zillow's saying it's worth 1 million, he's asking for, say, 6, he's not
Right.
serious, right? Or how did he come up with that figure type of thing, so.
I have a question when there's a break.
There's a break, John. There's a break.
Break.
Awesome. Yeah, Zillow, one not really accurate. That part just came to the end. I've seen a house on Zillow with 700K, and then when I go to the house, it's 4.5 million. So I wouldn't trust Zillow at all for references, especially on land. And my question was, once we find properties, like we got a 6 million deal right here, this guy seems he's ready to go. Who's gonna buy this from him?
Yeah. Pretty much another. I would just assume another investor that sees his
I
vision
guess
because
what
he
I'm
has a
asking is,
vision of building.
does the program have pocket investors, or we're going on a hunt for those too?
I mean, you can definitely, John and I, my husband and I, we work with investors of all scales, some of them which like 22 million is their minimum. So I think it's just a matter of networking with the people that you have and growing. That's a whole separate thing, like growing your email list and growing, like we have a whole spreadsheet from like people that are like neighbors that want to buy cash deals from 250 all the way up. But a lot of times those are going to be like, yeah, and you can find them on LinkedIn. Just for anyone that is looking, if you were looking at like this little property like that and you don't have like people, LinkedIn is actually a great place to look up like acquisition specialists. And then when you start going down, you can start looking like whatever specific area that is, and you will find people. Trust me, because there's like, we have like even some friends that are like in Birmingham, Alabama, and they do like major acquisition deals and like buy-ins for their types of builds. Like the type of land that they're looking for is just massive, is all I'm saying. So yeah, it's going to be hard to dispo if you don't have the list for it. But if you do, you can come across deals like that all the time. And given that he's a contractor, it makes sense that he has property like that because he's probably already at that level,
Thank you. That answers my question.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Kevin, good job, man. At the first of the call, the seller was controlling the conversation more than you were. And what I mean by that was he was asking all the questions and you were answering. But about a few minutes in, you redirected and you started asking more questions. So you did really good. That's sometimes with a red seller, it takes a few minutes to let them just kind of get out what they're trying to say, and then you can take back over the conversation. Just keep that in mind. When they start asking more questions than you are, then they're controlling the call, you're not. And so you need to answer a question and to redirect to another question before he has a breath to take another question. It's easier said down, of course, but that's always the goal, is to get back where you're asking the questions. But you did really good. The accent takes a minute to understand, so there's a delay there, and so that makes it more challenging. But you did really good at getting back on the conversation. You kept it going along with these questions, did really well. A lot of it was tough to understand, like everyone said. So you did really good at keeping the conversation moving forward. So good job on that. The only thing that I heard that you might the way you worded it was when you asked him if we can close as quickly as you like. Start with something in the nature of if we came up to your price, how quickly would you like to sell? Put something in front of we can close as quickly as soon as you like. Put something in front of that. So if we come to, say their motivation is, they want to get out of this house because their kids are, grown and they moved out. Okay, since your kids are grown and moved out, we can, if we decide on a price, how quickly would you want to move? That kind of thing, where you're just kind of adding, because I think he was like, okay, it was more of a statement than in question. And so just put in more in the opening question, that'd be great. But other than that, man, you did really good on the call. It's one of those challenging ones because he was pretty red, and then on the same thing with his accent made it even more difficult. So good job.
And he had like a vision, so he's like, that's his goal. Is he wants to make it, and he wants to develop. So
yeah. So I mean, you got a lot of information on him. You did really good. Good job, man.
Thanks. Thanks for the feedback.
Yeah. Evan, really good job. I mean, you did a really, really good job with the script, I have to say. I mean, that was like spot on that we used the script on that call. I think your intro was really good. I at first it was like almost interrupting you to TJ's point, and then you just brought it back and just continue on to moving the conversation forward, which is good. The only feedback on this call is do check Zillow, right? Because I'm a little bit lost with this lead now. 6 million land, but then you later asked if there was tenants, and he said yes. He said there was a 3-family there, right, with tenants.
Yeah.
Or did I hear that wrong?
No, that's absolutely correct. But he was adamant about saying that it doesn't matter, that building didn't matter.
Oh, okay. So no, yeah, you want to confirm the address, especially when you have 2 different stories like that. Like, okay, corner lot vacant, or is it a 3-family with potential that's already rented, like something that you would have to knock down and rebuild again? So that's what you want to pull the address, right? Because I'm like, we're talking about 6, especially when the 6 million thing, price came. I'm like, whoa, what am I looking at here, right? So try to pull it up and so we'll talk about the address a little bit. Sometimes if it's actually land, ask for like a APN. Usually they're not gonna have it because it's like a really long number. But it's good to know if it's a hand, right? So we can identify the property. Right now, I'm not sure about the address. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. But again, that's good. Again, you did a good job qualifying the call and everything. Good job going through the script. But just when you feel like something's off, stop, right? Stop and ask and try to find out right there. Good job being patient with him. I was like, what? Trying to understand him. Good job repeating the question, right? Like you almost gave up when you asked about time frame. You almost changed the question, but it's good that you still stuck with.
But what happened there, I noticed, is that I was about to say, how soon are you looking to sell? And I remember from the meeting that I was supposed to say it, so I kind of stuck. And then I had to repeat the question again.
Now you're self-conscious about the house. That's good. All right. No, but yeah, other than that, really good job. I really like the call. It was good. It's just that right? And this is why we always want to clarify, right? Because when it's time to underwrite the property and look at it and see if it's gonna be a good fit, then we have to go back kind of to square one. We're gathering the address, making sure that everything matches, the initial conversation. So just to avoid the back and forth, always confirm the address. And really great job asking for more properties. Right, that's always probably going to get you an extra lead or 2 in one call. So, good job.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else?
If there's a pause.
Yes, John?
Yes. Yes, I have a question if there's a pause. Thank you. Who is the specialist that we're referring to? I'm new to this training. Why are we looking for a specialist to call, and who is this specialist that's going to be calling?
You sounded a little muffled there. I understood the last part of it, but So the property specialist is basically gonna be, I only caught the last part of it. It's gonna be the lead manager team that we have in acquisitions. So that's like Alondra's department, where they dig deeper on the situation based on the from the cold call. They get a better understanding of what's going on, and then they pass it off to acquisitions and eventually the marketing, which reviews the lead, underwrite it, and then make offer. It's kind of the pipeline. What was the first part of it? Can you repeat? Did someone else catch it or?
No, so you answered that question, but then that leads me to another question. I thought this program had cold callers. Why are we being trained on cold calling as part of the program as cold callers making calls every day?
Oh, you're talking about the No Excuses program?
Can you say that one more time?
Were you talking about the No Excuses program?
No, he's not. CJ, you're learning cold calling because you need to understand how to open a call, overcome objections, understand what the 4 pillars are, and set up follow-up calls. Okay, you can't be a closer if you can't be an opener. That's why you're learning this right now. This is the value.
Correct. Correct. I understand the value in it, but I'm just still asking that the program will still have its own dialer, correct?
The program will have its own dialer?
Its own call center, the virtual assistants that'll be calling outside of me doing follow-up, the appointment setters.
Yeah. Okay. What about it?
Oh, yeah, that's still a part of the program, right? Outside of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I was asking.
Yeah. So, but you guys, so anybody that's not a cold caller is that is in here, it's still valuable. What I was saying was it's valuable to learn the initial skill sets of opening the call, the 4 pillars, overcome rejection. But the cold callers and that department is, they're generating the leads on the dialer in the call center.
Totally understand. Thank you for answering my question.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great question. Sorry to cut you off, Diana. I knew what he was asking, so I just jumped in.
No, perfect timing. Okay, anybody else have a question before we end up for tonight?
Hey, Shad, actually, maybe I'll, well, I was going to ask this earlier. So they were talking about like distilling deals. Do we also, do we have a place where we can all kind of share that information? Like if someone needs help with the disposition of a deal?
Yes, so we have Home Dispo. If you go to homedispo.com, you can create your profile there and you can basically post properties that you have on for sale. We also have a Facebook group. That's let me look for the link right here.
Homedispo.com. Okay, go ahead.
Home Dispo, yeah. Someone put it in the chat right there.
Oh, let me see.
Create your profile and then post a property there. And then you can also post in our Facebook group as well. So that's one way that you can dispo the deals. Reaching out to other people as well, JVing with people that are local and have buyers is another way as well. But something that comes from us is the Home Dispo and then the Facebook. Alexander.
Diana, do you have access to the MLS in New York?
I do, yes.
Fantastic. Because John, with the price of $6 million, that will be a useful, because Zillow isn't always accurate, as John pointed out. It's just good to use in the majority of cases. But again, there's always exceptions to the rules. So if we have something that, like this example we've talked about tonight, we can ask you about the price because you have access.
Yeah, but
but
the problem was the address on this one. The address that was connected to the lead, it was like on Zillow, it appeared like a building, but it was blurred out. It was a building, like a tall building, apparently, from what I could tell. Yeah. So that's what I'm a little bit confused about now, right? Like, am I looking at the right address? He said it was a family and then a vacant lot, and then I see a whole building. So that's why. But if I have the address, I can definitely look up some comps and we can look up some information through the MLS for sure.
That's good because New York is wild with the prices. Much unlike other states, you know, you've got this huge range of prices. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And before I had my MLS, I'm stuck in Hawaii. I used to use the tax assessor for the county that I was investing in. It's free, and it publicizes the name to the property owner, so you can confirm if you're dealing with the individual who is the decision maker. You don't have to ask. Some of them just say they are, and you get there, and it's like their dad, their uncle, or someone else, and then you've wasted your time talking to someone who is trying to convince the decision maker when you can already know who's actually on the title, and it's free.
Yeah, you can also look on tax, on the tax, information. Yeah, tax bills. That's public information. It shows you who are the correspondence going to. So yeah, that's a great way also. All righty, Alexander, do you have a question?
Oh, yeah, I had just a quick question. I had some leads that I'm working on. Is there like a place to post those, or like get some? I have some tired landlord leads, and I'm feeling a bit stuck, and so I was wondering if like someone or there's a place to like post it where I could share the information and have someone like help me on the acquisition side and like digging a little deeper and pushing them through and like leads like that. Is there something where I could do that?
Yeah, so you can reach out to Alondra. She's here tonight. She's from our acquisitions team. She basically handles that department, so she can be able to help you out. She put her phone number on the chat, the 407.
Oh, rad. Cool. Yeah, I see it now. Okay.
Yeah, so reach out to her. I'm sure she'll be able to give you a hand on that. That's her expertise.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed because I've been making cold calls on my own and making some calls, just trying to stay consistent. And I have these tired landlords, and between all of them, they each have like a pretty good sized portfolio, and one of them wants to sell their finance, and so I've been digging a little deeper, but now I'm like feeling a little stuck. I'm still working towards my first deal, so just wanted to work on it maybe with somebody and see about pushing it forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely reach out to Alondra. She'll be able to help you. She trains our acquisitions and lead managers too. So she'll be able to guide you in the right direction. Yeah, there's also a link if you want to submit like the leads, but I will suggest you talk to her first. The link is there, jbwithshaw.com. It should give you like a JV lead form. But do contact Alondra before you're submitting that. So
cool. Appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
Good to see you, Alexander.
Hey, good. Yeah, good to see everybody. I tend to kind of lurk in the back, but I want to speak up more.
All good. Lurking is welcome. You're good. I wanted to say hey.
Yeah.
Good job.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Graham.
I was just going to say, if anybody else is a little shy to speak up and ask for help like Alexander did, take the opportunity right now before we close, because we're here to help. So I appreciate Alexander speaking up. Yeah, I was shy. I was one of those shy ones. So. Yeah.
Until you found the loose thread, that ended all your shyness.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Well, if there aren't any more questions, Graham was never shy. If there aren't any questions, go ahead and close it out for tonight. Today is what? What's today? Monday? Tuesday?
Monday.
Monday.
Hey, come on.
Monday. So we'll be back. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Same link. Bring your call recordings. Bring your friends. Bring your enemies. Bring anybody. And let's learn about some more real estate. Anybody has any questions? Oh, don't forget our Facebook group. the blueprint, the REI blueprint. Join that, invite your friends, and I think that's it, right? Right, Dana?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Same time, same link.
Same
tomorrow.
time, same link. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good
night, everyone.
night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.